This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so good morning everyone and welcome back to the session that is Big Data Masters program. Friends, we are going through with Python for data engineers. We know we need to code inside the Spark and Spark is providing four different APIs in order to code and Python is one of them. So in order to code in Python, PySpark or Spark, we are going through with Spark, and from the Python perspective, we have covered certain aspects. Those are, let me write it down. This is Python for data engineers, and we have covered Python basics. And from the basics perspective, what we have seen Python variable, then strings, then collections, and numbers as well. Numbers. Okay, these particular things we have covered in our previous session. And from the collection perspective, what we have seen list, tuple, and dictionary. Okay, so these particular things we have seen in our previous session, and we will start our journey with the rest of the topics which are required in order to learn Python. We need to code in Spark, and the Spark is providing one API, that is Python, and because of that we are going through with Python. So over here in this particular diagram, you are able to see this is the diagram for Spark environment, or Spark architecture. You can say this is the Spark architecture, and over here this is the Spark core, what we are able to see in the red color. And the Spark core is providing different APIs like Scala, Python, R, and Java. So with the help of these particular high level languages, we will be able to code for Spark, and Spark is nothing but distributed in memory compute engine. Python, like we can do the coding in Python, but we are going through with the Python with Spark, plus Spark. Some people are new in this particular session, so that's why I'm going to cover certain basics aspect. So Python is working inside the monolithic way. Like it can work onto a single machine only, but in order to handle big data, we need to take the benefits from Spark. Spark is nothing but distributed in memory compute engine. We can leverage multiple machines in order to process our data, but Python will not be able to do that. So what we are doing, we are using the mixed approach, that is PySpark. We are leveraging Python in order to code for Spark, and that is nothing but PySpark. So we need to learn PySpark. That's why we are going through with basics of Python. And from the basics perspective, we have covered these particular things. Rest of the things will be covered. So PySpark, we need to learn. Our motto, main agenda is learning PySpark. That is the Python flavor of Spark. So today we are going to focus rest of the stuff from the Python basics perspective, and that is operators. Okay, so in any language, in order to learn a particular language, so say we are having variables, we have defined variables. Then in order to process that variable, or in order to perform certain operations onto that particular variable, we need to have the understanding of operators. Say I have defined one variable, that is a equal to 5, and b, another variable, b equal to 10. Okay, these are two variables which I have defined, but now I want to perform the sum of these two numbers, like sum is the another variable. What it will do, it will do like a plus b. So over here friends, this plus symbol is nothing but operator, so in order to process the data, or in order to process variables with respect to a particular operation, that is driven by operators. So operators are nothing. In order to perform certain operations, we are having certain special symbols or characters which are used to perform a specific task. That is operator in Python. So we are having different types of operators. Just have a look onto the slide pack, like arithmetic operators. Okay, so over here you are able to see operators. Okay, so we are having arithmetic operators, comparison operator, arithmetic like plus, minus, multiplication, division. Okay, comparison like less than, greater than, equal to. Assignment operator, like we are assigning certain values like a equal to b. So we are assigning the b value to a. So those are the assignment operator. Logical operator like and or not. Like when once we want to perform the logical operations. Bitwise operators like which are working on to a specific bit, like uh, and or not. These are kind of operators are there. Membership operators, like if we are having a particular collection, then in order to identify a particular, you can say, element from a particular list, so that is given by membership operator. Like if a is in this particular list, so in is nothing but membership operator, which is defining the membership with respect to that particular collection. In the same fashion, we are having identity operator. So we are going through with those particular operators. Just have a look and try to perform the operations. Probably you have joined with laptop. So arithmetic operator, that is nothing, plus, minus, multiplication, division, modulus. Okay, these are the arithmetic operators. Comparison operator, which I already told you. Logical and or not. Assignment, assignment like equal to, plus, equal to. Okay, these are the assignment operator. Membership in, not in a particular, you can say, collection. So in order to learn these particular operators in a good way, just try to go through with these particular operations. These are arithmetic operators. Okay, so I have logged in through PyCharm, and what I'm going to perform over here, x equal to 15 and y equal to 4. So x is a variable that is assigned value 15, and y is another variable which is having another value, that is, you can say, 4. So these are the two variables, and now I want to perform certain operations onto these particular, you can say, variables. Let me copy and paste it inside the PyCharm, that is ID. Probably those who have not installed PyCharm ID, I will share one link, one thread. With the help of that, you will be able to install PyCharm ID. So x equal to 15, y equal to 4. Just we are going to perform, say, x plus y. The value of, you can mention, say, the value of x plus y is this one. X plus y is this one. So it will provide the sum of these two variables. Over here it will, like, from x, and from x it is going to minus y. It is going to do the multiplication and division. Okay, so these are the operations over here. Like say certain other you can say operations, if you are able to see, like multiplication, then divide left hand operand by the right hand operand. So b divide by a equal to 2. Okay, so these are, you can say, certain operations which will be required in specific tasks, and we will be able to perform with the help of these particular operators. These are nothing but, you can say, arithmetic operators, huh? So these are just, you can say, for understanding perspective only. Probably you all guys are having the knowledge about all of these particular operators. Just let me try to execute it, and we will be able to get the outcome, say the value of x and y. You can change the you can say the comment over here, like if you want to take the outcome in different way, so you can mention as per your requirement. So I'm just pasting it in the chat window, and you just try to do it by yourself in your machines. Just a minute. Okay, try to do it by yourself, huh? Just define two, you can say, variables, and try to perform these, you can say, operations, arithmetic operations onto these particular variables. Try to do it by yourself, huh? And confirm me. Raj, Naresh, Rahul, Rohit, Rahul Singh, probably Anurag, Gaurav, and Vandana. These particular guys are not having any
Yeah, sure.
login setup.
Working for me.
It's working for you.
Yes.
Okay, okay. What about Rahul, Naresh, and Rahul Singh? These are simple operations, friends. Just I want to give you a flavor like how the arithmetic operations can be done inside Python. Because what I'm thinking, you guys are new to Python and you are not having prior knowledge. If like you are having certain understanding, then you can leave these particular operations, huh? But as we have started our new journey, so it will be good to go through with basics and have a strong foundation. Naresh, have you logged in through laptop?
No,
Naresh?
sir. Some network issue there. It's not running actually. I'm gathering from mobile through mobile, sir.
Okay, okay. Rahul?
Mm.
Okay, so I'm going to share these particular, uh, you can say, exercise and cheat sheets. So try to go through with that as well, and you will be able to perform. There will not be a rocket science, huh? In the same fashion, like we are having assignment operators, huh? Okay, so like equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than. Okay, these are, you can say, certain operations that we can perform, huh? Let me try to do it over here, huh? Say, say a, during the logical, you can say, conditions, during the conditional statements, we guys are using these particular, you can say, operators. Say if a equal b, then print, or you can say I need to define a equal to 5, b equal to 10. Okay, then I'm going to print, say print a and b are equal, huh? So over here, like, uh, I have defined this particular, you can say, uh, comparison operator. I'm going to compare a and b, like if a equal to b, for the equal to, like if I'm going to check, say a double equal to b, so that is nothing but, you can say, comparison operator, so I'm going to compare a and b. If I'm going to mention, say a equal to 5, that is nothing but the assignment operator. I'm going to assign 5 to this particular variable a. So that is nothing. So let me try to print it, sorry, execute it. And so if like a equal to b, then the this particular statement will be executed. But at this moment, the condition, this particular statement is not true, this is false, so we are not getting anything. If like I am going to mention b equal to 5 as well, so it is going to print a and b are equal. So these are the, you can say, nothing but the comparison operator. If I'm mentioning, say a, if a greater than b, so you can mention, say a is greater than b. Okay, so a is greater than b. So let me try to mention a 15, and over here I'm getting a is greater than b. So based upon the condition, if this particular condition is true, then it is going to execute this particular conditional statement. It is going to print this one. If this particular condition is false, it is not going to perform anything. This is, you can say, if condition statement as well. So we are having assignment operators, sorry, assignment operators, and then the comparison operators. In the same fashion, we are having these are the assignment operators only. And over here we are having logical operators, say and or not. If you want to perform, like if you want to check two statements like print, let me try to mention over here. Okay, so x, so printing x equal to 5, what we have defined over here, print x greater than 3 and x less than 10. Print x greater than 3 or x less than 10, and print not, that is x less than 3 and x greater than 3 and x less than 10. What will be the outcome? We have defined, say x equal to 5. What will be the outcome? We have defined x equal to 5, and I'm trying to print. So it is going to print based upon this particular condition, like x is 5, so it is going to check this particular condition. So what it is going to print, what I will get over here, which statement will be printed, which statement is true,
First and second.
which one? Second one, print
First and
x
second both
greater
will
than.
be true. Both x is greater than c and also x is less than 10, so it will print
Mm-hmm.
true for first statement. For second
Mm-hmm.
statement, it will be true because at least although both
One
conditions
is.
are satisfied, but as long as one condition gets satisfied, true.
Uh-huh.
And the
Then
last sentence we are inverting, so it will print false.
okay, so that is fine. So just like we guys are getting, say true, true, false, right? So first two conditions are true, and the last one is false. That's what we are getting, right? So these are nothing but, you can say, logical operators, and these are required uh, in order to process something, in order to apply certain operations onto the data that we are having. Moving further, like we are having identity operator. This is you can say membership operator as well. Say we are having, this is identity operator. Identity operator, like say both of these two are the same things. That is nothing but the identity operator. And what about membership operator? Say, okay, so x equal to apple and banana, y equal to apple and banana. Then what x and y, these are the two, you can say, list that I have declared, x and y. And what I have mentioned, z equal to x. So z is the another, you can say, variable that I have defined, and it is equal to x. So indirectly, this the values which were given to x are assigned to z as well. So print x is z, x is y, and x equal to y. What will be the outcome? All the conditions are true.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just have a look. Sorry, let me comment this. True, false, true. True, false, true. Why it is false? The second one, x is y.
X is not equal to Y. But third one is Y true, sir.
So where we have declared, so probably you are able to get this particular things once we are declaring a particular variable, say a equal to 10. So it is going to map, it is going to, you can say, register certain location onto the storage. So say a is given to, I have quoted this particular example. Say this is the location address. Okay, address. And on this particular locations I'm having the value of this 10. So at this moment, like once I have declared, say x equal to this apple and banana, y equal to apple and banana, and z equal to x. So I have assigned these particular variables to this particular x. Now I'm going to print, say, x equal to z. That is fine. I have declared it. uh, in this particular statement, x is y. Okay, it is going to map over here, like it is going to check the address. Okay, and on to the address this particular value is there, it is not able to check these particular stored values. Okay, it is able to map the address, and address is not correct, right? If we have assigned this, just have a look. Say z equal to, sorry, y equal to x, y equal to x, then it will be true, 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 right? Until unless we are not defining, it is going to map the address, and address part will not be correct, will not be, you can say, mapped properly. It is not going to map the values until unless we are not, you can say, assigning these particular values to the variable. right?
Sir, please explain one time more.
The main thing is that until unless we are not declaring it over here, it is not going to map it, right? Previously we were not assigning the values of y to x, right? Previously we were not assigning the values of y to x,
Sir,
so
got sir, got it.
it
Got
was
it, got it,
not
got it.
taking it. Now we have
Yes, sir.
defined it over here, and then it is working as per the expectations, right? So these
Sir,
are the identity.
sir,
Mhm.
when we are not defining y is equal to x, then on that case, why it is printing x is equal to y? The third statement is true in first case.
X is z, na? Over here we have defined, na?
X is z, I know, and the second one is x is y, which is not defined. Then
Ye-
it is false. Then the third one
yes,
is x is equal to y. Why this is true?
that is value with respect to values. Okay, over here it is mapping to the address part, huh?
Okay,
Okay,
values. Okay, okay, okay. Fine,
values
sir.
and
Fine.
address. That's what like I have mentioned over here. Values and address.
Okay, got it,
Clear?
sir.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. So this is simple one, huh? So with respect to the membership operator, we are having in and not in, huh? In and not in, huh? These are the two, you can say, membership operators that we are having in, not in, huh? So we have defined a particular list that is having apple and banana, that is fine. And what we are going to print? Banana in x, huh? So banana is there in x, so what it will print? True, huh? Banana is there in this particular list. Banana is in x, that is true,
Yes.
huh?
Yes.
Okay, so it is printing true, huh? So banana not in x, so it will false, huh? In and not in, these are the two operators that we are having with respect to uh, membership operators, huh? Now moving further, decision making. Now like Python operator is the simple stuff. Now we are coming to the decision making, huh? Decision making or conditional statement, huh? Guys, please go on mute, huh? Conditional statements, huh? So in Python we are having three conditional statements, that is if else, if else and nested if, huh? Okay. Yes. Okay. So the conditional statements are required once we need to match something. We need to go through with certain conditions, and we need to take the outcome, huh? So what I have mentioned, like if, else if, and nested if, these are the three conditional statement. Just focus on to the diagram over here which is mentioned. So if the condition is true, then it is going to execute the conditional code, otherwise it will come out. Okay, otherwise nothing will be executed with respect to that. So just have a look. Say I am having a particular variable that is a equal to say 10, and I'm going to check, say if a greater than uh, say 20, then print a is greater than 20. Let me try to paste it onto the PyCharm IDE. A10, and let me comment the previous stuff that we have executed. So a equal to 10, and then what we are going to check, we are going to check, say if a greater than 20, and we are going to say like print a is greater than 20. So that is fine. One variable is there whose value is 10, and we are checking like if it is greater than 20. So if this particular blocks of statement, if this particular condition is true, then it is going to execute this particular statement, otherwise nothing will be executed. Okay, so with respect to the if, this is the simple if conditional statement that we are having in Python. So if this particular statement is true, I'm repeating it once again. If this particular statement is true, then the block of statement which is given over here will be executed. Otherwise, it will come out. So this is simple if. Just have a look. Nothing. We are not getting any output because this particular block of statement is false. This particular condition is false over here. And if I am going to change it, say if less than 20, print a is the smaller number. A is smaller than 20. That is fine. So it is going to print a is smaller than 20. That is fine. Like what we are able to get, if this particular statement is true, if this particular condition is true, then it is going to execute this particular block, otherwise nothing will be done. This is simple if. Now I am going to say add else else print print, and let me mention, say b is another number, say b equal to 20. And if over here I'm going to mention b, if a less than b, so print a is smaller than say b, and printing a is greater than b, than b. Okay, so it is going to check this particular statement. If this is true, then this block will be executed. If this is false, if this particular condition is false, then it will move to the else, and this particular statement will be executed. That is fine. That is the functionality of simple if and else. So let me try to execute it. A is smaller than b. So that is fine. A is smaller than b, and I'm able to have the execution of this number. Now let me try to make a equal to 50, and then check what will happen. So a is greater than b. Now at this moment, if a greater than b, so the condition was a less than b, so a is not less than b, so it is this particular portion was not executed. It directly jumps onto the else part, and with respect to the else, this particular statement has been executed. So over here, if this particular statement is true, then this will be executed. Otherwise, this particular the else portion will be executed. So let me repeat it once again. Once we are having if statement, if conditional statement, simple if I'm talking about the simple if conditional statement. Once this particular condition is true, then the conditional statement which is given after this if will be taken care. Otherwise, nothing will be performed. Then with respect to if else, if we are having if condition true, then this particular portion will be executed. Otherwise, whatever we have mentioned inside the else portion, else part, that will be taken care, that will be, that conditional statement will be executed. So that is nothing but if else. Now over here the condition is single one, that is a greater than b. But if you want to check certain other conditions as well, okay, so how you will be able to do that? With the help of nested if. You are going to check, say say elif, and that is if else basically, elif and a greater than b, and over here I can mention a greater than, say, b, I can mention greater than b, and I am going to print a is the greater number. Then else, what can be else part? Else, else what I'm going to print, a and b, a and b are equal number, numbers. So uh, a equal to 50, so and b equal to 20. This is nothing but nested if. Okay, we have used like second if, we can use third, fourth, fifth, whatever, based upon the data that you are having. Sometimes like you need to check, say, if today is Monday, then like do this. If today is Tuesday, then do this. If today is Wednesday, then do these particular things. Or with respect to certain month, week numbers, inside the week number 1 you are going to perform this particular operation, inside the week number 52. Okay, you can have multiple if else statements. So based upon your checks, based upon the data that you are having, that you are dealing with, so you can have multiple if else statements. And at the end, like if each and every statement is false, then the last one will be executed. So over here, a greater than, a less than b, that is it is going to check a, if a is greater than, a is less than b. So over here a is 50 and b is 20. So the first statement is false. It is moving to the second one, elif a greater than b. Okay, over here this particular, you can say, conditional statement is true, so this particular portion will be executed. Just have a look. So a is greater number, a is greater than b, that is fine. Now let me try to mention, say, a 20. So a equal to 20 and b equal to 20. So just have a look what will happen in this particular case. So first is false, second one is false, then by default it has taken the third one. So a and b are the equal number. A and b are the equal number. So like this is nothing but you can say simple else if statement. And you can perform multiple operations. Now I'm giving you one exercise. Okay, so I'm giving you one exercise that is based upon the nested if. Say if grade or you can say if marks greater than say 60% or 60, just like 60, then outcome will be first division. If it is 70, if marks equal to say 70, then then B plus, the grade is B plus, B plus, and if greater than 90, greater than 90, greater than, let me mention greater than, greater than, greater than. So if it is greater than 90, then say A plus, and if if less than say less than, if say marks less than say 40, then say print fail, fail. Condition 1, 2, 3. Okay, else pass. Okay, are you able to understand now? So this is a simple, you can say, program that you need to write for me. If the marks are greater than 60%, 60, then first division will be there. If it is greater than 70, that then the grade will be B plus. If the marks are greater than 90%, then grade will be A plus. And if it is less than 40, then you should print fail, else the output will be pass. Just try to understand and provide me the solution, and paste the code inside the chat window only. Probably all of you are able to understand the problem, is it? And those who are not having you can say laptop at this moment, or you can say environment setup, like they have not installed PyCharm or Jupyter, so they can try to write it in a notepad, and then they can share the code. This is for Gaurav, Anurag, and Vandana. Probably you guys are not having environment setup. You are not having PyCharm ID, so you can write it onto the notepad and share it with me. Rest, like they can type the code in PyCharm ID and then they can share. Is it fine to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
So please share that notepad. Show that notepad.
Yes, yes, yes. It is here only. and you can add your creativity as well, like how the output will be visible in a good way. Another thing, like you can add certain operators, say and or not. Okay, so that particular things you can add. So rest is based upon your creativity, how much you can add this onto this particular code. This is the simple one. Is it done? Okay, so Rohit has shared. No? So that is indentation related correction that I have done. I have pasted the code from GoToMeet uh, messaging group. Okay, so what about others? Rohit, Rahul also shared this particular code. Let me paste it over here. Okay, and we will try to learn what is happening in both of the codes. Anybody else who have shared? Rahul and Rohita. Vandana has also shared. Okay, so this is the portion, this is the code which has shared by Rohit. Let me try to execute once by one. I have commented the rest one, the code from the two persons like Vandana and Rahul. Now I'm going to do the execution and we will try to discuss on into the code which has been shared by Rohita. So marks that is 33, that is fine. Now if marks greater than 60, yeah. So if marks greater than 60, then like first division. If marks greater than 70, then grade B. If marks greater than 90, then uh, grade A. Okay, so there are certain issues in this particular code. Let me try to run it. So let me try to type say marks equal to 65. Okay, or let me mention say 75. That is fine. Okay, so I have given 75 and still it is printing first division. Rohit, are you able to understand what is the issue in your code?
Yeah, so this should be after that.
So basically, if the first statement is correct, then it is not going on to the rest of the statements. Yes, marks 75. This is greater than 60. So it is like going to print first division. If it is say 95, so then also it is going to print first division. If you mention say marks 100, then also it is going to print first division. Okay, it is not going to check the rest of the statements, right?
Yes. Or we can add the and statement to make that proper. Less than in first statement, greater than 60 and less than 70, like that.
Yes, try to do that and share it with me. So this is for you. Guys, are you able to understand the issue with Rohit's code? All of you?
Yes,
Is it
yes.
okay? So let me move to the code which has been shared by Rahul. Okay, so Rahul has shared this particular code. To marks 10, then if it is greater than 90, A plus. If it is greater than 80, then B. Greater than 60, then first division. So I'm having 70. Okay, so it is also having the same issue. Let me take marks equal to 70 and try to execute it. So marks 70. So first division, and uh, greater than 60 first division, that is fine. Mm. Guys, try to apply the tester's mind how you can fail this particular code, piece of code. How this particular code can have bugs. Try to use your mind and tell me like what I can pass so that this particular portion of the code goes incorrect. 40 greater than less than 40 else pass. First division. So 90 greater than 90, so this particular portion will be printed. If it is not, then it is moving to this one. I think this is fine, right? It will work. It will work. It is fine. Let me try to test it in another way. Then.
I have updated in some in this code also. You can go through
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because there is no and condition, so it was not taking it. Like if the marks is between 70, so it will take like 60 or first or like grade B also.
No, no, that is fine. Like, say greater than 80, that is uh, uh,
It
greater
must
than
be
80,
a and
that is B.
condition because if the yes, it will take first division or grade B else. So the
Yes,
marks is
yes, yes,
7.
yes, yes,
The
yes,
mark
yes.
uh,
No, mark 70,
should
like
be at that.
greater than 70, that is first division only. Yeah. Up to, you can say 80,
Okay.
it will be first division only. 60 to 80, yeah.
Mm.
60 to 80, that will be first division, right? Just
Mm.
have a look. Say 61. So 61, first division. And 79, that will be first division. First division. And if it is 81, then it will be B plus. Okay, that is fine.
Mhm.
Right? This is fine.
Right.
This will work. So that is fine. I'm okay with this particular code. However, like it can be further fine tuned with addition of and or not,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
logical operators. Okay, let me check the portion which has shared by Vandana. Marks. So let me define a variable that is marks, and I can mention it 10. So 80. I think Rahul and Vandana has shared the same code, almost the same code. So that will work. So Vandana and Rahul, that is fine. Right? Perfect, guys. Good one. Good shot. So that is with
Can we
respect
add,
to.
so
Mhm.
can we add the two entities on the section of marks where we are defining the marks is equal to 10 or 90 or something else? So we can add the and operator and then add another entities, then write down the below
So you can
codes.
mention say
Yes.
and.
Could you please check mine?
In the first one,
So over here as well you can add, or you can define a list over here. Okay, you can't. You can say give two variables. Otherwise, it will become a list.
okay.
Right.
So could you please check mine? Is it working or not?
Just a minute. Anurag.
Right.
So all of the candidates are having a good show. But जो जीता वही सिकंदर, Okay, let me try to check your portion. So Vandana and Rahul, that is correct. So you can add like if marks greater than 90 and marks less than 10. So you can have one statement between like if say 60 to 80, that is first division. In this particular way we can give. So and or not, we can add those particular operators, right? So this one is from Anurag side. Marks I need to define. So you need to find the code in this particular way. If marks greater than equal to 60 and marks less than equal to 60. So marks. That is fine. You have used this particular backward slash. Okay, looking fine. Huh? We can do the execution. Okay, perfect. So let me try to execute. So grade first division. Then 80. That is B plus. B plus 80 to 90. We have given 80. So 80 is B plus. That is fine. Equal to 80. Then 81. Grade is A. And yes, that is the perfect one. So you can add these particular statements as well, friends. Right? And Anurag, like in your case, there was a little bit correction, like marks you have not added over here. Okay, that you can check. Probably you have
Yes,
written it
I have done it
in
on
notepad.
Notepad. That's
Not
why.
bad. That's why. I do understand. So that is fine. And probably each one of you has shared the code. Hmm, let me pick one another code that is having certain customization. Naresh. Okay, let me pick this one. Raj Babu Sonia. So print marks. So that's why I mentioned in like morning that you need to join through laptop. It will be like more interactive and more fruitful if we are going to join with laptop. So marks 40 and 95. So what is the usage of Raj Babu? Like what is the usage you have like defined two variables over here 40 and 90. And what will be the outcome? Fail. So how you can define like to say this is the marks which uh, has been you can say received by the person a candidate, how he can have two marks like 40 and 90. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to
Yes,
say?
yes, you told me that we cannot define two variables at the time.
Yes, so that is not making any sense. Like we can define like lots of variables, we can pass a list, but that will not make any sense.
But why it is giving the comment like fail? Means command is
So
working.
what is, because like it is going to check it is going to check like what is there inside marks. Okay, it is taking certain you can say value, and it is just checking it with each and every statement and then printing
And
fail.
working for the
Okay,
else.
yes, it is just moving on to the else. If I'm mentioning a marks equal to a, or you can say like Raj Babu, okay, I have defined a string, I have assigned a string value to marks, then also it will show fail. Typo error. Where is the, Okay, string is not captured. Just a minute. And at this moment, it is showing Raj is not defined. Okay. Uh, just a minute. Will it work? Let me try to check. Okay. So you can define any value over here. Say if I have defined 3, 4, and also will it work? List. Print. Okay. So why it has printed fail? So like it has, although like this particular value, it has taken it as integer. It has taken it in integer, and you can apply these particular operator onto the integer, but that will not be a percentage like 50 and 100 we are passing. If we say, if we have defined in this particular way marks, and say marks 2. Okay, marks and marks 2, if we have defined in this particular way, then it will work perfectly. Like mark, that is 50, and mark 2 it will be 100. Say in this particular way 100. So mark 1, mark 1 say 50, mark 2 say 100. So these are the two variables, and at this moment it will work perfectly. But 50 and 100, that is not a value. Okay, and this is not the definition style as well. However, we are able to define it, but that is not the way of definition in Python, right, Raj? And we
All
can't
right.
say like the person is having two percentage like 50 and 100, or 50 or 55, 50 or 40. So on which statement I need to calculate? Try to think logically. We can mention anything, but it should be logical one, right?
All right.
Okay, so that's why like previously it was just printing, but you will not be able to get outcome with respect to each and rest of the statement. It will be moving. What you have given 40 and 100 and
40
what
and 40 and 95.
95. Okay, so there is no sense for these particular statements. It is going on to the else part only, right? The
Can
else
we also
portion
check?
is executed.
Can you change the value like for in place of 40, like 65?
Okay,
Can
65.
we check marks? Can we print marks before we pass it into the conditional statements?
Can we check?
Can we print the marks, which value it is getting assigned?
Yes, we already changed 65. It is
First one
giving the
only, na?
first division.
So
That's why.
this
So it
particular
is not
statement, like
understanding the
and
95.
95, that is not making any sense. That's what I'm telling. So you can define what I have mentioned. The Python is working in it, in how the Python is working. Say if marks, if you need to define 10 variables, marks 2, 3, okay, 3, 4, okay. So you just pass these particular values, say 10, 12, 10, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 40, and say 60. Yeah. And say if I'm going to print mark 3, so it is going to provide me 40, yeah, at this moment. So this is the normal way of assignment in Python. Like we can define multiple variables in one go. Okay.
Okay, okay,
So
but it is
40.
giving it is running the program for the first integer like 65. That's why it is giving the fail when we are putting the 40 in place of 65, and when we are putting the 65, then it is
The
giving the
very first statement,
first division.
why I have picked your portion, because the very first statement that you have mentioned, it seems weird to me. Like it is
Okay,
not making any sense. Right?
right, right,
That's why I have captured your code and I tried to execute it. Right? Is
right,
it
right.
clear to everyone?
One more I have sent. Can you run it? Can you run it?
Yes.
Latest one. Maybe this will
Hmm,
work.
Raj Babu.
I
Yes.
think it is
So
the
that
same.
will work. I think this is the same which
The queue
others
is
has
changed
shared.
only, I think.
Yeah, yeah, it will work. The first line I think you have changed. The assignment part, right?
I added the and on the elif statement.
Okay, let me try to execute this one as well. Marks. Okay, let me change this one only. Okay, else. Okay. So marks 40, let me pass, say 79. So friends, what will be the outcome if marks equal to 79? What will be the outcome for this particular code?
Grade C.
79. Okay. What about others? What will be the outcome?
C plus.
C plus ही आएगा सर.
79, B plus, C plus?
C plus C plus.
C
C
plus,
plus sir, C plus.
So, but it is showing B plus,
Because E is uh, greater than 18.
Why?
It is not taking AND statement, AND operator.
It is not taking and
And
statement,
operator.
AND operator. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think it is
So
not taking
th-
So AND. That's why it is wrong.
now, It will C plus. Huh? So AND operator you have used bitwise AND. Huh? Okay. So this will be the correct one. Huh? Now the outcome will be correct, right? Say
Right.
40 greater than 40. Huh? So let me mention say 55. Huh? So if I'm passing 55, then what will be the outcome?
Pass.
Pass. But it is fail.
Because
That
Because
is
we
that
have
is
40
used
and
wrong.
60
greater than.
statement is not correct.
Marks less
40
than
and
60
greater than 40
would be
and
less
greater
than
than
60.
60. Greater than 40 and
Less than
greater than 60.
60.
This is not correct
It
statement.
should be
Less
greater
than
than 40
60.
and less than
It's
60. Right.
less than
Yes.
60. Now it's will work.
Now it will.
Okay. So I think we are going to be a good tester. Huh? So that's these are the things, guys, that we need to focus, and we need to like check our code through multiple time. Otherwise, like testers will shout on us, like why we are not getting the required outcome. So first we need to go through with each and every statement that we have written. Okay, and it must be as per our expectation. Try to do the execution, then share. Huh? Right, and you
And one
make it
more
a
thing I show here, when the
Mhm.
statement is like greater than 80 and less than 90. So we are considering only less than 90 and greater than 90. What about 90? So that should be equals to less than equals to 90.
That can be fine tuned. Anurag has shared the correct one. So, like we can fine tune it, further fine tune it. There will always be a scope of optimization. Okay, we can work in that direction, but like these are the catches that we can have. Like what we have seen, say the outcome was not as per our expectation. So we have
So
changed it.
we
Right,
cannot
Rajat?
use the AND operator or any other things like we
So
cannot
you
use
can
these
use
signs.
and or not, whatever you want, based upon the conditions that we are having. Okay, I will share one assignment with you all. Okay, and that will be based upon the days. Like if the person, it will be look like this one. Say if today is Monday, like person is going for exercise on Monday and Tuesday. If it is uh, if it is Monday, not you can say Tuesday, then he's going to gym, or he is going for, you can say, uh, swimming. So such type of questions will be there. I'm going to share with you all, and at that moment these particular things and or not will be cleared. Right, try to
Right.
do that. Okay, try to do that as a, you can say, homework, and share the outcome with me. So I will share that particular assignment with you all. So this is nothing but the conditional statements that we are having inside the Python. Moving further, loops. So Python is having two loops, while loop and for loop. For loop. So once we need to iterate, or once we need to do the execution of a particular statement again and again, then we are going to prefer loops. So iterating with respect to a statement multiple time, that is nothing but given by loops inside the Python. And Python, what I have said, there are two types of loop. First one is while, and second one is for loop. So just have a look onto the presentation that I have shared with you all. So these are the things, friends, what we have seen with respect to the decision making, if statement, if else statement, and nested if. and these are certain examples. You can go through with these particular examples, and you will have certain better clarity. Then a loop, so iterating over a sequence that is given by for loop, and iterating with respect to condition that is given by while loop, so while and for loop, these are the two loops, and I just want to show you the flow chart or diagram. So if we talk about while loop, inside the while loop, what is happening? We are having while expression statement, and we will be having a condition. If the condition is true, until the condition is true, it will keep on iterating, keep on executing this particular portion. Once the condition is false, then it came out from this particular looping mechanism. Okay, let me repeat it once again. While loop is working in such a way, we will be having certain while expression statements, and we are going to check a condition statement. Until unless the condition is true, we are going to execute that particular block of, you can say, statement, that particular conditional code again and again until the condition statement is true, until the condition is true. Once it is false, then we will came out from the loop. Okay, so iteration will stop once the condition is true. Over here I have tried to quote an example. So if I equal to 1, so that is nothing but while expression statement. I equal to 1, while I less than 6. Okay, print I. So what will happen in this particular case? I'm going to print the value of I. Okay, and based upon what, like I equal to I plus 1, at each and every iteration. Okay, once let me try to copy this and explain it over here. Loop. So what is happening over here? I equal to 1, I equal to 1, then it is going to check the condition. If I less than 6, I equal to 1, and the condition is I less than 6. Yes, it is less than 6. Then what it will do? Print I. So it will print 1. Okay, and then the what will be the value of I equal to I plus 1, so value of
And
I
2.
at this moment it will be 2. Then 2 will be checked with this particular condition, 2 less than 6. Yes, it is less than 6, then it is going to print the value of I, so it is 2. Okay, then the value of I will be increased by 1. I equal to I plus 1. I is 3. So 3 will be checked with this particular condition, 3 less than 6. Okay. Yes, it is less than 6. Then it is going to print 3. Okay. Print I, that means print 3. Now the value of I will be increased by 1. So I equal to I plus 1. So I will be 4, and 4 will be mapped, 4 will be checked with this particular condition, 4 less than 6. Yes, this is less than 6. Then what it will do? It will print I, that is 4. Now the value of I will be increased by 1, so it will be 5 at that moment. And then 5 less than 6. Yes, that is less than 6, so it will print 5. Okay, 5. Now 5 equal to I plus 1, so I equal to I plus 1, so that is 6. Now it is going to check the condition, 6 less than 6. At that moment the condition will be false, and it will come out from this particular while loop. So this particular content will be printed. So what we have seen, whatever we have mentioned over here, it is going to iterate up to that value, up to that value. So I less than 6, so it is going to, you can say, check this particular condition, and up to this particular value it is going to iterate. So we are able to get these particular values in output. So probably you are able to understand output. and let me create another, you can say, Python file and give the name, say, loops in Python. Okay, loops in Python, and let me try to paste this particular code over there. And let me try to do the execution. Current file, okay, and it is going to print like 1 2 3 4 5 6. That is fine. That is as per our expectation. Now what I want from you, what I want, say, what you need to do, I equal to, say, I equal to 5, and you need to just check, say, the condition I less than, say, 50, less than equal to 50. Okay, and I equal to I plus, say, 5. So these are the things that you need to check with respect to like this particular while loop, and provide me the outcome. I equal to 5, that is the initialize, you can say, I'm having a variable which is equal to 5, and I'm going to iterate it with the help of 5 while loop up to 50, and the condition for the iteration is equal to, at each and every iteration I will have the addition of I equal to I plus 1. So I want you to perform this particular while loop and share the outcome with me like this. Just provide the outcome with me, and those like who have not logged in with laptop, they can try to think and share the outcome. What can be the outcome, as we have calculated over here, like what will be the output of this particular code. So try to think in this particular way. What will be the outcome if I'm going to set I equal to 5, and then iterating it up to 50 with the condition I equal to I plus 5. Okay. So just hurry up guys and provide me the outcome with this particular statement. What can be the outcome? And try to think before execution. So those who have logged in with laptop, so they first try to think like what will be the outcome of this particular statement or with respect to this particular while loop, and then execute it. It's very simple to get the outcome like with just placing these particular condition, but at least it must be as per your expectation. Try to think first and then do the execution, right? All of you. So I the outcome. So Anurag has shared. Mm-hmm. Naresh, Akhil, table of 5. Okay. Okay. Now I am able to understand. Akhil, very smart. Table of five. Good one. Mm-hmm. Okay. So let me try to do the execution over here. I5 less than equal to 50 and I equal to I plus 5. That is fine. Table of 5. Akhil, correct. So that is fine. This is very simple, and in Python, like we are having less with respect to data engineering, we are having less usage of while loop. So we will be going to learn for loop in detail, and we will be going through what is there with respect to the for loop. So once we are talking about for loop, when we need to do the iteration based upon a collection, we have gone through with collections. So collections are nothing but list, tuple, and a dictionary. What we are having in Python. So once we need to iterate from a particular sequence or collection, then we are going to utilize for loop. And what will be the execution flow for this particular for loop? What will be the block diagram for this particular for loop? Like we are having items for sequence, from the sequence, like it might be list, tuple, or array, or dictionary, whatever we are having. So we are just going to uh, have that, and we are going to execute it until we are having the elements inside this particular sequence. The loop is keep on going. Once there is no item, then it will come out from that particular loop. So if no more item inside the sequence, then it will come out from the loop. So this is the, you can say, flow diagram or block diagram with respect to the for loop what we are having in Python. Let me try to get it. Let me try to have certain examples. So the simple example I'm going to take, say, for uh, number num, and say in range 1 to say 50. Okay, or I can say 5 to 50. 5 to 50, I need to mention in this particular way 5 to 50, and then in range 5 to 50, that is fine. And uh, uh, then print the num equal to num plus 5. Okay, so what will be the outcome for this particular loop? What will be the outcome, friends?
Every number in multiple of 5 means 5, 10,
Mhm.
15, 20, 25, 30, like this till
Will it
50.
be similar
Like,
to
yes,
while loop?
yes, similar to while loop, right?
Similar to survival.
It will be
But
up
there
to
is
49.
Up to 45,
uh,
sorry.
40,
yes.
49.
49.
No,
Yeah,
it
less
will
than
be
50.
up
Less than
to
50.
45, till 45.
45, sir. 9 times.
45.
0 to 9 जाएगा.
Mm-hmm.
5 to 50.
Just have a look. And why we are able to get this? Huh? Why we are able to get in this particular way? 5, 6, 7, up to 49. Okay, so like intentionally, this particular example was taken. Let me.
I think this num plus is not working for this for loop.
No, no, that is like meant for these particular operations, but in different way. Let me try to share with you all. So, say, say I'm having a list of fruits. Say apple, banana, fruits, and I am assigning certain values. Say apple, banana, and say cherry. So this is nothing but a list. Is I'm having a particular list and it is having certain elements, apple, banana, and we know it very well. Say print, say fruits, and what will be the first position? What will be the first position of this particular from this particular list? Which one is the first element? Which one will be the first element?
Apple.
Mm-hmm. Is it apple or banana?
Banana.
Banana. Sorry,
Yes, banana.
what has happened?
I think it will be on in a list.
Sorry.
List bracket. Yes.
Hmm. Okay. So we know it very well, like indexing inside the list start with 0, right? Indexing inside the list starts with 0. Now let me try to iterate it with for loop. For say I can take say I can take fruit or say variable I and in fruits and what I'm going to say print I. Okay, print I. So what it is going to provide? It is going to provide this particular apple, banana, and cherry. Okay, apple, banana, and cherry. And say if I'm having say number and say numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and say number and print I. Okay, so it is going to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let me mention is the 10 and 50. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 50. That is nothing but a list is there, and for loop is iterating. For loop is able to iterate through the sequences that we are having, that we have given over here, And until and unless we are having elements inside this particular list or sequence, then it is going to then it is keep on iterating. Once like there is no element, then it came out from the loop. Okay, so this is the normal, you can say, flow what is happening inside the for loop. So for loop, it is going to, you can say I value. So I value is 1, so it is going to check the first element, it is going to pick the first element, then it is going to, you can say, what is happening over here. Just try to focus on to that particular stuff. So it is going to say for loop is going to iterate with the sequence that we have mentioned now. For I in num, so num is this one and this is the sequence what we are having. Okay, so I first the value, like first index is 1. Okay, first at the first, you can say, iteration, it is going to, you can say, pick the first element from this particular sequence, and with respect to the first element, it is going to print the value. Okay, I equal to this one, and it is going to print the value. Then inside the second iteration, it is going to pick this particular value. And what, when we have mentioned say range, once we have mentioned range, say num num equal to range 1 to 50. Okay, let me try to, so what is the meaning of this? So the meaning of this, num is having a sequence 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, in this particular way, up to 50 it is having, right, in range up to 49, sorry, up to 49. Let me try to show you. Okay, say num is one variable num1, and that is defined as a range and 1 to 50. Okay, and let me try to print num1. Okay, let me try to print num1. Let me comment this portion of code and give you certain insight with respect to the range, what we have used previously. Okay, just a minute. And what I need to print, print, and it will be say like this, list Okay, and then say start, stop, and step. Say okay. So let me mention nothing. So once we have mentioned range inside the for loop, say for I in range uh, in range 1 to 50. So what it has taken, it has taken the sequence from 1 to 50. It has taken 1 to 50, and what the for loop is doing, the for loop is going to iterate with the sequence until unless we are having elements in the sequence. It is going to, like, it will be keep on iterating, and it is going to print the values. So what are these particular values in this particular, you can say, range function that we have mentioned over here? So these are the values, and with respect to these particular values, it has printed the outcome. Okay, and we have done the print before, like, doing the addition and all. Okay, so it has printed all the values with respect to that, right? So it is not like, I think Anurag was saying that for loop is not meant for such kind of operations. But yes, for loop is not meant for the operations which are performed on single number. Okay, but once we are having sequences, then for loop is more suitable, huh? But in the real world, friends, we need to avoid for loop, because for loop is the most, you can say, time consuming stuff, and it is having iterative and sequential process, huh? Let me try to go in a little bit more detail, huh? So inside for loop, what is happening, we are iterating. Say the first iteration is dependent on to the second iteration is dependent on the first iteration. Okay, and like, say, fourth iteration is dependent on the third iteration. That is the sequential process. Until unless we are not having one output, we will not be able to calculate the next one, huh? So sequential operation, huh? And we are working into the world of distributed computing. Once, like, we are having more than one machine, huh? One machine in order to perform a task. Okay, so more than one machine is there for performing a particular task. Then if the for loop is there and that is limited to one machine only, because dependency of the in output dependency of output will be there on input, so the sequential flow will be time consuming, and we will be limited to single machine. So in the real world, we will try to avoid for loops. Over here we are learning from the learning perspective, from the basic perspective. That is fine, we need to learn, and we need to iterate through sequences. It might be like, say, once we are having small data, then for loop can be utilized. But in the big data world, for loops are not utilized. We are having certain alternates in order to avoid for loop, because for loops are killing in big data world. These are the sequential process, and we need to avoid sequential process. We need to work in a distributed way of computing, and we need to utilize multiple machines for processing our task. So for loop, yes, from learning perspective, these things are fine. But after some time, once we will be going through with pyspark, then we will work how to avoid these particular for loops, how we can do the optimization onto these particular looping mechanism. Sometimes, once, in future, once you will be there in software industry, so probably you will get certain portion of code, and you will be asked to perform the optimization. At that moment, you need to work on to removal of these particular loops. So these particular things will come, but at this point of time, yes, for the learning perspective, that is fine, we are learning it, huh? Okay, so I'm going to share certain other examples. Say over here we are having four letters in Python. So what will be the outcome? Current letter. What will be the outcome for this particular loop? The first one, for letter in Python, print current letter colon letter. And Python, I think we need to define somewhere. Okay, so that is the string we have defined. So I have not focused on to this particular inverted commas. So what will be the outcome? What will be the outcome? All of you try to use your mind, or you are discouraged like we there is no need to learn for loop. Are you thinking in that way?
So it will print Python.
Python, the very first thing, Python, the for loop is working on to sequence. So is it a sequence? If you have taken, if you have considered it as a single element, then for loop will not be utilized over there. For loop will not work in that particular case. What can be the outcome? What is there in Python? Python is a string, and we have gone through with string process. We have gone through with string operations like the indexing, slicing of string and all. We have gone through with those operations. Try to think in that way. You are,
PYTHON.
yes, yes. So if you like recall, then you will be able to get the information. Say what is happening over here. We are iterating from a particular string. So just have a look. PYTHON. Okay. Are you able to get? Just try to think in this particular way. Let me try to give you the context. Say A equal to, and that is nothing but a string, right? And I can mention, say, iterate through A. That is fine. And I can say type it over here. A equal to Python, that is a string, and let me try to print A1. So what will be the output? A1. What will be the output of this particular statement? Print A1.
Why, sir?
Hmm?
Why?
Why?
Y. Indexing of string start with 0. So we are able to get the Y. And if this is a sequence, we are able to get with this particular statement, we are able to get that this is a sequence of letters. So definitely we will be able to iterate it with for loop, right? Probably at this moment you are able to correlate, right, Rohit? I
Yes.
think Rohit has said like output will be Python. Please correct me
Yeah,
if
it
I'm
will be
wrong.
one by one all the letters. Yeah, one by one.
Yes, perfect. Now let me try to think in this particular way and try to provide. Okay. So what will be the outcome in this particular case? Mango, why it is showing error? Okay, perfect. So what will be the outcome in this particular case? Fruits equal to banana, apple, mango. Fruits in fruits. Print the current fruit, and finally I'm going to print goodbye.
banana, apple, mango, and then goodbye.
Banana,
Mm-hmm.
apple, and mango, one by one, and then goodbye.
Hmm. Okay, that is fine. No? So banana, apple, mango, and then goodbye. Okay. So banana, apple, mango, and goodbye. That is fine. No? Now, we are having certain looping control mechanism. Okay, let me mention over here loop control mechanism. Loop control mechanism. How we will be able to control the loop? So we are having three conditional statements, three conditions. With the help of that, we will be able to control loops. That is pass, continue, and break. Okay, pass, continue, and break. We will be going to pass, continue, and break. These are the three statements, and we called like looping control mechanism. So let me try to print a number, say 4, num in say number or range, say, and I can mention say 1 to 5, and if num equal say 4, then continue and enter number. Let me try to type it in a good way with respect to the for loop. Looping control mechanism. Okay, so uh, that is fine. Continue, and I'm going to print number. So what can be the outcome of this particular for loop? For num in range 1 to 5, that is fine. 1 to 5 we are having a range, and then we are going to print, then we are having a particular statement, if num equal to 4, then continue and print num. So what will be the output of this particular loop? Or let me mention say 10 over here. So try to think in this way. For num in range 1 to 10, if num equal to 4, continue and then print num. So like at this moment, num equal to 4. So up to this particular number, once this particular condition is true, then that particular portion will be continue and it will go over here. Let me try to copy and paste it to give you the better understanding. So num in range 1 to 10, and we are having a statement, if num equal 4, then continue and print num. So first iteration, the item inside this particular range is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 9. 10 will not be there, it will be up to 9, up to 10, sorry. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, this is the normal definition once we are defining a particular range. So it is taking say 1 to 10, so it is going to take 1 to 9. 10 will not be the part. Upper number will not be part of that particular range. So first iteration, if num equal to 4, now the I, okay. So like first iteration is there. So the number equal to 1. So it is going to print number. So number has been printed. Now it is moving, say going to, it is moving to the second number, and then condition will be checked, okay, and then it will be printed. Then the third number, it is moving to the third, and it is going to map it with this particular statement, and then it is going to, like, that is not true, so it is going to print this particular number, print number. So 3 has been printed. Now it is moving to this particular, you can say, uh, sequence, element, 4. Now num equal to 4, and what we are going to check, num equal 4. Yes, that is num equal to 4. Then continue, it will not be printed, and it will move directly over here. It will move directly over here, okay. And then what it will check, the number will 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 4 will not be printed. So with respect to this particular statement block of code, once number equal 4, okay, number equal to 4, then continue it, the operation will continue, it will do nothing, okay. And these particular things are you can say utilized in order to test our code. This continue, break, and pass, these particular things are required in order to test our code. Say like we are writing certain functions and all, so at that moment, say we need to test something. At that moment, these particular looping control mechanism will be required. Say if we are having certain wrong entry, then we will come out from this particular loop. If like errors are there, then we can continue with those particular errors, okay. If like we are having errors, then we can pass. So those particular things are required in order to test our code. Inside the testing or in active software development, these particular things are required. Once we will be using break, then things will be more clear. Let me try to execute this one and share the outcome. So as per our expectation, we are able to get the outcome 1 2 3. 4 is not there, and 5 6 7 8 9. That is fine. Now let me try to use break. Break, break. Okay. Once we are using break, then what will be the outcome? Okay, if I'm using break, what will be the outcome? Try to
It
think.
will be 1, 2, 3.
It will
Sir,
be.
1, 2, 3,
1,
4.
2, 3 only.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, 1, 2, 3,
So
4.
One, two,
one
three, up
two
to three,
one two
three,
2, 3
three.
only.
Okay.
and then a
1, 2,
break.
3, sir.
So vote for 1 2 3 and 1 2 3 4. Who is saying 1 2 3 and who is saying 1 2 3 4?
1, 2, 3.
It's
1,
one, two,
2,
three.
3.
1, 2, 3,
Sir,
Huh?
sir.
I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, 1 2 3. Huh? So the correct one will be 1 2 3 only. Sorry, break. I have not used break. Okay. So what will be happening? 1 2 3. Huh? What will be happening once it is going to check fourth element, from this particular let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So once it is at 4, so 4 will be checked with this you can say number, like number equal to 4. Yes, it is 4. Then break will be there. Nothing will be printed. So these particular things which have printed earlier, so that will be the outcome. Rest of the things will not be printed. And now you can think in that particular way. If in our code we are getting certain error, do we need to continue with that particular error, or do we need to just break the code and come out from the iteration, right? So over here what is happening, say like we are having certain conditions, say if the kpi threshold raised to this particular position, then come out, do the rest of the actions, that is fine, that's what I want to achieve. You can think in, let me quote the example from the telecom industry. Okay, say I have applied a for loop onto the electronic or mechanical tilt antenna, and I have mentioned, say the tilt, if the tilt equal to say 4 degree, so then break and nothing will be done, so what will happen over here, say the tilt will be done to 4 degree or up to 3 degree, it is not moving to the fourth one, so such kind of, you can say, examples you can have, and based upon that you need to utilize these particular looping control mechanism, once you need to break up. So why break is utilized, you can have the equal to and all these particular things as well, it might be there in your mind, but the thing is that, like, these are the conditional looping control mechanism, nothing will be more than to this, okay, depends upon condition to condition, friends. You need to utilize your mind and then uh, modulate with respect to your condition and requirement, and then utilize those particular things, at this moment, like, why we are using break, because we don't want to, like, if this particular condition is true, we don't want to have further execution of the code, okay, we want to go the rest of the stuff, and over here, like, if the condition is this one, if this particular condition is true, then that is fine, we are not going to, like, consider, we will keep on, you can say, doing the same stuff, whatever is there until this particular, until we are having elements in the range. Another thing that we are having, that is pass, hope you are able to understand, all of you, is there any issue, are you able to understand, say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect, guys, please be interactive, now pass, so pass so pass will have almost the same outcome that we were having inside the continue. Just try to have a look, let me try to use pass over here. Okay, so what is the difference over here with respect to continue, break and pass? What is the difference?
It is taking for
It is taking,
for
okay, so that is, you can say, if this particular condition is there, it is going to pass and print that as well, previously it was not printing with respect to the continue, but over here the printing will be done, this is the normal way of working, right? If, like, we have not used pass, okay, so definitely we will be able to get the same outcome, right? Pass is nothing will happen, just keep on going, right? Right.
so continue will skip that condition and the pass will take that condition.
Hmm, 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 hmm. Okay, so over here, like, there are certain examples with respect to this looping control mechanism. Okay, so you will be having, say, this is the pass block, python. So Python we were checking pyth h letters, if letter equal h, then we are going to print. So but how we will be able to check? So this is the, like I have quoted, I have taken as, you can say, statement over here, print, this is the pass block. So it has printed the pass block and python. Okay, in the same fashion we are having continue, break, continue, and pass. So these are the examples. You can go through with these particular examples. I'm going to share this particular presentation with you all, so things will be more clear. So break, continue, and pass, these are the three looping control mechanism, and with the help of these particular looping control mechanism, we will be able to control the loop. Like, and I have quoted example, say, based upon the requirement, we need to break the loop, we need to come out from loop, or we need to keep on going with the loop whatever we are having. Sometimes, like, we are going to write the function, and we are not writing the code, because like we are not okay, we are not having all the conditions. So in order to in order not to have errors, so we are using these particular, you can say, pass, continue, you can say, control mechanism over there inside the functions as well, so that the error will not come once we are executing our code. So this is loop control mechanism. Next stuff that we are having in our kitty for the day, that is function. Functions, so functions are, you can say, utilized in order to perform the execution of for a piece of code more than once. This is going to increase the reusability of the code. So it is going to increase the reusability of code. Okay, say, I have written a function, say, calculator. Calculator. So calculator function is there, and it is having certain operation, a plus b, a minus b. Okay, a plus b, a minus b. Okay, a multiply by b. Okay, a divide by b. So these particular things are there in this particular calculator. And now what you need to do, like, if you are going to like utilize these particular operations in your code, then what you need to do, you need to write down these particular operations again and again. And that will lead to, you can say, heavy code size. And once the code size is heavy, then the execution will take more time. So python functions are there in each and every language. So you just need to write the piece of code just once, and you will be utilizing it as and when required. How you will be able to utilize? Just by calling that particular function. So if I need to perform the mathematical function, mathematical operations, plus minus, multiplication, division, then I will be going to, you can say, call this particular function, and I will be able to perform that particular operation. Just have a look what is the definition I have mentioned, I have quoted over here. So function is a block of organized code that is used to perform single that is used to perform uh, reusable code to perform operations. Related actions, basically related actions, that means, like, if I want to perform like plus minus, multiplication or division, like stuff, then I can utilize that calculator function. So it is going to increase the reusability of code. There will not be the requirement in order to write the code again and again. You just type it once, and then whenever you want to have, you just need to call that particular function. So over here, the syntax, how you will be able to define the function. So def, then function name, you just pass the parameters, then function doc strings are there, then this is called function shoot, and then you are having returning a expression like what you want to return. Let me try to define it. So I can copy this syntax for the better clarity. So what I have mentioned, functions are going to utilize, uh, uh, going to improve the reusability of your code. Say function and the syntax, like def is the keyword which is utilized in order to define a function. This is the system keyword. So def function name, then you can pass the parameters. You can like you can have functions without parameters as well. Then function docstring, that means like this is the function shoot. Over here you are going to perform all the operations which you want to perform, and then you are going to return the value. Just have a look, like I'm going to define a function, say def and say best 26. This is the function, and I'm going to say print something, print print welcome to big data world. Okay, and so this is the def keyword that I have utilized. This is the function name. Okay, best 26. And over here you can have parameters, you can pass parameters, or you, depends upon you, like you can have functions without parameters as well. And then this is the function shoot, where you are going to perform the operations. At this moment, like I'm going to just print welcome to big data world. And then over here there is no return value. Okay, once you are returning certain values after performing certain operation, then you can mention return function as return expression as well. We are not going to use, we are not using return expression here. And once you need to like use this, then what you need to do, you just need to call this particular function. So say best 26. So once you are like typing, we are just calling, so you will be able to get this particular welcome message. Let me try to paste it. Let This is the function definition, and let me try to create another, you can say, file, that is Python file, and give a name, say function b26. Okay, so def, that is like defining a particular function. And now I'm going to say call best 26. Okay, sorry, best 26. So if just have a look, I have defined the particular functions and I have not called the function. Now I'm going to call the function, and it is going to print welcome to big data world. Once we are going to call the function, it is going to provide me what is there inside the function, what operation I'm going to perform. Okay, now like you can pass certain parameters. If you want to pass the parameters, say I just want to welcome to big data world. I just want to pass a parameter, say mm, 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 mm. say ABC. This is the parameter. I just want to pass ABC. Okay, and I can use this ABC over here as well. Okay, so ABC, and like it is once like we are calling, so it will be expecting this particular parameter, the value of this particular parameter. So I can mention, say array, and welcome to hooray and then say welcome. Okay, welcome. So welcome to big data world. Hooray, welcome. That will be the outcome in this particular case. Just welcome to big data world. Hooray, welcome. So that is nothing but like passing parameters in a function. Previously, what we have seen, uh, function definition without passing the parameter. Now we are passing a parameter, so this particular parameter, and once we are calling this particular parameter, so function will be expecting this particular value. Okay, so it will be expecting this particular value that will be given by the user. Okay, so that is the another, you can say, example. This is without parameter, this is with parameter. Then moving further with default values, how you can have default values. Okay, so you can have default values. You can define the default values over here, say abc function with default values. Default values for parameters. And over here, function uh, with parameters, function without parameters. Without parameters. So without parameters, we are not passing any parameter. Over here we are passing parameter, and over here we are passing parameters with certain default values. Uh, and say the value will be, say, this hooray, welcome. That can be the value. And if we are passing the value over there, so we can just call this particular function. Let me try to do the execution, and doubtful will be the same only, because here we have defined, we have passed the default value, certain default values. Okay, so over here as well we are having certain piece of code. Okay, okay, so this is function with, say, certain return values. Function with return value, return values. Okay, so def my function, or you can say multiplication. This is a function that is defined over here, and it is taking one parameter x, and what it is going to return 5 into x. So whatever the value that you are going to provide in this particular function, for the value for x, what the function will be giving, it is going to say, if I'm going to pass 4, so the outcome will be 20. Let me try to explain it over here. So multiply is the function that I have defined. It is going to take one parameter. So once I'm going to pass once I'm going to call this particular function, so it is expecting one value. So expecting one value with respect to, say, I have given 4. So 4, 4 is the value. So what it is going to print. So let me mention print over here. Print the multiplication. So the return value, return return value from function is this one. I can have comma over here, and I can close the bracket. Just have a look. So outcome is 20. So what we have seen over here, we have seen four, you can say, simple examples: functions with functions without parameters, function definition, So we have just defined a function and then mentioned the function body. This is called function shoot as well. Function body or function shoot, then we have called the function. Then second stuff what we have seen, function with parameter. The function with parameters. So we have passed one parameter, that is abc. So once we are calling this particular function, so it will be expecting the value for abc. Then functions with default values, we can have default values with respect to parameters, huh? So we can provide that value as well, and then we can call the function. Then the fourth one, function with return values, huh? So we can have functions with certain return values as well. So return, and it is, we'll just need to define one operation, like uh, operations or process that we want to have onto that particular parameter, and function will be going to provide me the outcome, huh? So just write down a function for me that will do the sum of two number, huh? So let me give you the hint, write a program or function to get sum of two numbers, huh? Okay. And let me provide you the hint. uh, Over here you will be going to pass two parameters, and you will be going to mention during those particular parameters during the function call. And inside the return you can have, like, say, if x and y is there, so x into y, yeah, whatever you want to perform. So just try to write a function for me, the function for calculating the sum of two numbers. Is it clear with you all? Is it clear, friends?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then write the function. And write another program as well, like if I'm passing, write a function to get outcome like first name equal to say Ram, last name equal to say Singh. If I'm giving input Ram and Singh. Okay, so I just want to have output like this. Say I want to have output in this particular format once I'm giving input Ram and Singh only. Okay, so Rohit has done some, maybe return A plus B. Some, that is fine. Okay, so Rohit has done. What about others? Naresh, Rahul, Raj Babu, Anurag, Gaurav, Akhil. Okay, this is the simple one. Okay, just we are defining a function with the name sum, and we are passing two parameters a and b, and returning these two parameters by performing the plus operation. Okay, addition operation. So a plus b, and just when some like printing 9. So if I'm passing say hello and friends, so what will be the output? What will be the output in this particular case? Okay. What will be the output in this particular case? Rohit.
In this, it will append hello and friends.
Haha. So this is nothing but concatenation.
Yes, yes, true
Yes.
Okay.
concatenation.
Concatenation operation will be, you can say, performed over here. Right? Okay. And you can check the function signature as well. Like if you have utilized some, so what will be happening over here? Okay, the signature for print and all, so try to check the signature as well. So that is a good practice as well. Okay, what about the second one that I have given? Naresh, so some x plus written, that is fine. Naresh has done the program. And this is to all of you guys, please be interactive, and try to join with laptop. And those who have not done the environment setting, so do the installation and all by referring the YouTube channel. Onto the YouTube we have mentioned each and everything how you can go through with that. And if you stuck somewhere, then you can contact, you can ping me, you can contact with me. Okay, I will be happy to help. So what will be the output for this particular second program? How, sorry, what will be the program for this particular output? Ah, sorry, my mistake. Def and say eh, name surname, a function, say surname. I have defined name surname a function. And I can have two parameters, say first name, first and last. These are the two parameters that I can have. Okay, and what I can do, what I can print, say uh, I can print the first name, first name, and then first and last. Or we can say pass these particular things over here as well. Let me try to. Put format. Then we can pass, we can call the function and and we can pass a ram sing. So let me try to this. First name Rams and last name Singh. So like this is nothing but the formatting related stuff. First name, then curly bracket, last name, then curly bracket, and then format dot format first and comma last, and then we are calling this particular function. Okay, name, surname, and Ram Singh. Okay, so that is nothing but first name Ram and last name Singh. So formatting related stuff, that's why like I have given this particular simple piece of code. Just you need to utilize, just we have utilized the curly brackets over here. So that's it for this particular session, friend. And today what we have covered, we have seen like the operators and looping control the conditional statements inside Python, and then looping control mechanism for loop, uh, while loop, and then let me try to walk you through with the presentation. So we have gone through with operators, different operators are there inside Python. You can refer this particular presentation for the practice perspective. Then we have gone through with decision making statements, if else and nested if, and we have write certain codes, we have written certain codes over here. Then we have gone through with the looping control mechanism, and we have gone through with two loops, while loop and for loop, and we have written certain programs with respect to these particular loops. Then in order to control loops, we are having certain looping control statements, that is break statement, continue statement, and pass statement. So break will stop the execution. Continue, like we will be keep on continuing with respect to the condition that we have mentioned, except once the condition is true. Then pass, it is not doing anything, just it is like it will be going to execute the code with the normal flow. Then we have seen functions are nothing but like once we are using a single piece of code and executed it once again and again in order to increase the reusability of a particular code. So the functions are utilized. In order to define the functions, we are having like def keyword, and we need to mention the function name, then we can pass parameters, then function shoot will be there, and we can have return values. And with respect to this, we have gone through with certain examples where we have tried to write certain functions. So that's it for this particular session. Let me stop the recording, and you can ask if you are having certain doubts. Okay, you can ask, friends, if